Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Wanted to do a quick video because one of our loyal subscribers did pretty much an awesome job at finally figuring out a gear cover for our Schumacher Cougar 2. I know he's been on the Cougar 2 forums, so I worked on the Cougar a little bit today. One of them is I got the wing fixed. So what I did there was I simply put a ruler underneath my wing mounts, bent it up, used my wife's hair dryer, got it nice and warm, left it there, and now we don't have something that's tilted back. It is like perfect. But the other perfection I was looking for was this guy right here. And I don't know the gentleman's name. I know he's like Bing5595 or something as far as on YouTube here. And so if you see him in the comments, that's the guy. And I just had to give him a little thumbs up on the engineering of this. So went together perfectly. Took my bamboo and my son about hour and a half to print, and I printed a couple because they are sweet. So I'm gonna have a backup just in case I ever lose a cover or anything like that. So the first one is his transmission backplate. So I use the 3 screws to mount it to the back, and then obviously you have the vertical adjustment for your motor. Using J Concepts motor screws also worked just fine, so it didn't interfere with that at all. Awesome. So the back plate, sweet. And then to do the pinion, a lot of guys were cutting it. He puts like a little access window in there. And how that is kind of held in is there's this other little 3D printed piece. It slots into here. And then you hold that in with a screw, and it blocks the pinion cover. If you have to switch your pinion out, you just undo the screw and you can pull this out. And then the actual cover itself is awesome. Designed really well, looks great. It snaps into the top cover or the back plate cover. So that is awesome. So now you got all that together in there. And then the last piece is the slipper cover, which has like a little index mark here. And then it just has a hole here where you simply just put a screw in there and that thing's together. So then boom, your Cougar 2 Works has a nice, well-engineered gear cover. And it just makes me wonder, I think the Schumacher guys are just that little bit more ingenuitive than, let's say, some of the other guys of these vintage RC cars. Because the amount of engineering it took, I mean, I don't know. It may not have taken him long, but everything is figured out, fits perfect. Looks great. I'm excited because he's also the guy that is designing the rear fan mount. So an integral like rear motor mount with a built-in fan. I can't wait till that's on. Let's see. It's not 3D Maker. I don't know. My son uses Bamboo Labs and he was finding me all this stuff. He found me like a turnbuckle tool and I printed a bunch of those out. And then he found this for me because I was like, oh, I'm looking for, some Schumacher Cougar stuff. And so he typed it in and it was on there. So, like I said, it printed out great, looks good, doesn't interfere with anything, fits the stock spur, the 89 in there. So awesome. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited we got our wing level. Excited we got this. All we really need to do now with the Cougar is get that rear part 3D printed when it becomes available. But did want to put that out there. So if you guys do have access to a 3D printer, Bamboo Labs, whatever, and you are able to print this out, man, this thing is, like I said, it's awesome. And like I said, I printed out one as a spare because after I printed out the first one, I was like, man, this thing is awesome. So that way, like I said, if I ever lose like a little piece or something cracks or, guys like to rough up the old vintage cars by getting in the back of them. Easy enough. So we may, who knows? But what we'll do is we will keep this as a spare, and we have that one on there, and just turned out great. And like I said, all the engineering, everything fits like seamlessly together. I mean, it snaps in place, and you damn near don't even need screws. So big thanks to the gentleman that developed this, printed out and made that file easily accessible for all of us out there that are running the Cougar, because that is by far the best gear cover I've seen. So wanted to get this out quick. Wanted to do a little shout out to that person working on the Cougar. I don't know what else we can do to this besides run it here in a couple Saturdays against the Losi and see. Some people are already calling their shot, saying the Schumacher is going to take the Losi out for lunch. So we got a little bit of USA versus Euro, and or perhaps the Crown over there. But yeah, just a really well-engineered piece. Looks awesome. So big kudos to that guy. Hopefully he comments below. If you do see him on 3D Maker World or whatever, always give a 5-star comment and stuff on there. I got to figure that out with my son, because my son does all my 3D printing. But, that takes a lot of time. And to put that out there free of charge so that people can just print this and make some additional upgrades to their car is fantastic. And like I said, I'm waiting on the rear motor file, because that would be awesome too if he makes that available. If not, I get it too. So we will see. But again, just wanted to do this little update. Working on some more stuff this week. The Cougar now is getting there. Just need the rear end 3D printed. Everything else is together. May Octalock the B3, and we're going to finish up the Masami this week. So like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.